Happy Saturday, everyone. I don't usually live stream on a Saturday, but Hacktoberfest is here. So I'm super excited to geek out with you all today on open source. And the best time to contribute to open source is, well, every day, every month, but it's Hacktoberfest. So, you know, it's a special month, and a big shout out to GitLab, who is one of Hacktoberfest's sponsors. And I have Lee with me from GitLab's contributor success team. And we're going to geek out with you today, and we're going to help you get started contributing to the big open source project, GitLab. And a great place to start contributing to GitLab is on their contributor platform. It's a link in the description below. I will share a link in the chat in a moment, and Lee will tell us all about that. But before I pass the mic over to Lee, I also want to say that we have 3 big swag giveaways today for the GitLab Store. So don't go anywhere. There's more on that very soon. And we'll be doing one early on as well, definitely. So Lee, thank you so much for joining us today. Please give yourself an intro.
Hi, Eddie. Thanks for having me. So contributor success. Part of GitLab's mission is to ensure that everyone can contribute. So that's pretty much the definition of what I do. We've got this monolith. We've also got a bunch of satellite projects, and we just spend all our time helping community contributors, refining our development environment, improving our documentation, doing everything we can to make it as easy as possible. You mentioned the contributor platform.
Yes.
And essentially we've got an onboarding process that we started. It probably was around about the time we streamed last, actually, Eddie, that, we went from just jump on and shout if you need us to more of a, here's a list of steps to kind of ease yourself in. And we're experimenting with Duo Pro, our AI now as well, or Duo Enterprise as of yesterday. So all of our community contributors are welcome to reach out to us. Instructions linked from the onboarding, and we'll grant you a Duo Enterprise license. So
that's awesome. Code
completion,
chat. Yeah, refactoring,
analysis.
I love the refactoring.
Write tests, you name it. I've been having great fun with it, and you can remind us of was it your first experience with it with Michael? Or?
Yes, it was, and I did a video on it because I loved it so much. I'm actually going to use what I created in that video with GitLab Duo Chat and refactor to do the giveaway. So I'm so excited to show everyone the open source project on GitLab. But yes, I remember saying, kind of create me like a spinning wheel list, pick someone at random, and I said, I'll make it look better with Tailwind. And I was like, okay, that's a lot better than I envisaged in my mind, which is not usually the case. Usually you envisage this amazing Apple design, and then you say create it, and it just comes out like pretty blocky and boring. But this was really good, so I was really happy with that. So yes, if anyone wants the GitLab Duo Pro license, then do contribute, and there's a link in the chat, and like I said, a link in the description below. So Lee, let's talk about what we're going to do today, and then let's do the first giveaway, because I'm super excited. Everyone who's watching, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. My thumb is there. Yeah, there we go. So what's our plan for today, Lee? What code are you going to be showing us? But before we get into coding, everyone, I promise you we will do the first giveaway. But Lee, what's the plan?
So here's the plan. What I'm going back to that everyone can contribute. We are actually going to look at not only code contributions, but we're going to look at a couple of non-code contributions as well.
Yeah.
So I've been speaking to our docs team, and they have been looking at our API documentation, and noticed that some of the examples are back from, I think, as far back as 2012. So something nice and simple that we're going to try and do is find a couple of those examples. We're going to try and maybe hit those APIs and see if the response that we get back looks the same as the response that's documented.
Nice.
And if it doesn't, then we can update the documentation. So I think that's an awesome example of, someone that's not comfortable with coding, or again, maybe you want to start to get more familiar with our, documentation and our product. prompt before diving into the internals and writing code. Also, a merge request process. That takes a bit of like, okay, how do I raise the merge request? How do I ask the GitLab team to review that merge request? Those sorts of ins and outs. So we'll have a look at one of those. The code that I would like to dig into is something that I broke the other day, so I feel responsible for it and need to. Well, I say I broke it. So we have a time tracking feature in GitLab, and at the moment, when you first hit that page, an error comes up, and I just want to feed back more specifics around that error, because at the moment it just says like something went wrong. And then there's another awesome non-code approach to contributing as well. So we've got a community contributor that's been keeping me extremely busy the last couple of weeks by pinging me on issues and basically saying, hey, this issue, like, it's really old. It's something specific to upgrading from GitLab 10 to 11. I think we can close it. Or this issue is about an API that's not documented, but it is documented now. I think we can close it. So they've basically been doing housekeeping for us. Which,
that's
again,
awesome.
Super, yeah. And I think some of this stuff goes completely sort of, I don't know, it's just like some people are completely unaware of it. So we're spending time trying to recognize this more, so that we can start reward more and really, like, we want to be more than just code contribution. So
that's
that
awesome.
amongst the giveaways is the plan.
Sounds great. Okay, so welcome everyone. Let's give some shout outs. So Sean, you were first. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Yutkash, Mohammed. Oh, and then there's me as well. I said hi in the chat. Abhishek, Kutesa, awesome to have you here. And a few more highs. Emily, Abby now. I pronounced it so badly. You're going to have to help me with that another time. Olivia, I hope I pronounced that okay. And we got Kyle here as well. Awesome to have you here. Thanks everyone for joining. So exciting live stream today. But let's do this giveaway from Twitter first. I hope the people who are here. I hope the people from that giveaway are here to collect. So let me explain what we did briefly, and then I'll share my screen so you can actually see the random generator generates stuff and select one of you. So I tweeted about the live stream today a week ago, and I said to enter, you need to do a like, comment, the usual stuff, and comment on a GitLab issue. So let me bring that up so you can see my screen. Okay, so I said comment on this issue, and we have had quite a few people comment, as you can see. But one of the requirements is that you need to be here in the live stream to collect it. So what we're going to do, we're going to try this 3 times, but from past experience, I've noticed that not everyone makes it to the live stream. So we'll do it first. If the person's not here and they're not in the chat, then we'll move on to the next person and the next person. But after 3, if the person is not here, then we will throw it back into the mix and we'll create a new issue for you all to comment. And so this issue is locked because this was part of the Twitter giveaway. But we have 2 more giveaways. Don't worry. Each one has $100 to the GitLab Store, so you can choose some cool swag. So thank you so much, Lee and the GitLab team for that. Right. And don't forget, it's not just about swag today. It is about contributing to a real-world open source project. You know, GitLab's a massive and amazing. Yes.
Very quickly there. Sorry, Eddie. But those of you that were with us last time will remember that all of our contributors are rewarded as well. So first contribution, you get a sort of token amount of points to redeem in our store. You can redeem those for a variety of things, but we also offer trees as well if you're not sort of into the swag, you love the environment or whatever. So you normally start off with a little mug or whatever, and then going forward, you know, the more they contribute, the more rewards, and we'll talk about our hackathon later as well. So.
Yes, hackathon.
Go ahead.
Can't wait to hear more about that. Okay, so this is the issue. Like I said, people have already commented on that. It's great. And there will be more issues for you all to comment on. So make sure you've got a GitLab account. And then on my video, I did create this little app that I plug in the issue number. and it lists all the people uniquely. So if they've commented more than once, the duplication gets removed. And then we refresh the page and it will pick someone as a winner. So the page is a bit longer. So yes, your name, you might not see your name, but it is there. And we'll scroll up and down to see the names. I think we need I think I might need to improve the app to do multiple columns or something like that. So
I want to see a big wheel, Eddie, a big wheel, and it spins around.
I'll try. Right. Okay. So if everyone's excited, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Really helps support. And let's do it. Right. Okay. The first giveaway already. Drum roll, please. Let's go. Let's refresh. And I am on there, and so is Sarah and so forth, but we'll exclude us from the winning kind of people. But I put us on there just for a bit of fun. So let's see. I need to try and can I make it a bit taller?
Maybe zoom out a little bit.
It would be tiny.
I recognize this name. I think from Discord potentially, or if not, they've recently onboarded as a new contributor. So I'm
awesome.
Really optimistic that they will be here.
Hopefully. Let me say some more highs. We've got some more people here. Thank you all for joining. And I'm glad people like Emily saying and Sean earlier said they're excited. I got them excited about GitLab, so that's awesome to hear. I love that feedback. Thank you so much. So is Mohammed Ferdius here? We'll give you 30 seconds. If not, we'll go on to it. We'll spin it again and we'll give someone else a chance. Hey, how you doing? I love it when people say hi in the chat. Do say hi if you're here. Don't be shy. We're all friendly. We're all here to collaborate on open source and GitLab specifically. So it doesn't look like this person is here. So I think we're going to have to give it a spin. We'll give them 10 more seconds and we'll give it a spin. So there is a chance for more people to win. Like I said, there's 2 more giveaways later on as well. And there's a great question. Can I contribute as a writer? I absolutely love that. We'll let Lee answer that. But before he does, I want to say yes. Yes and yes.
Absolutely. We have one specific issue that I recall. So we love to onboard with repeatable tasks, something that we kind of well curated as an onboarding experience, and you can learn, as I say, our merge request process, etc. So one of the technical writing team have put together a list of, I think it's images in our documentation. And I believe that the accessibility guidelines state something about the alternate text for images and the description. And I think a lot of our images in our documentation don't really comply with that. So we've got this really great sort of reproducible, so you can jump in there. I'll make sure I share with everyone a link to that issue afterwards. You can jump into a spreadsheet, find one of those, a great way to start. And then we have a couple of labels that you can search for issues with those labels. So documentation, quick win, that sort of thing. So there's plenty of technical writing we need to help with. So yes, thank you very much.
Awesome. I love that. And also, everyone can create content on it. It's just, open source is not just about code. It is about, as Lee said in the past, in previous live streams with me, there is technical writing, there is creating content. I really believe that, because I'll tell you why. When I started using GitLab a little bit more, my new project is on GitLab. And one thing I noticed, they have a service desk. And for me, that is just, wow, that just solves so many problems, because it allows people not on GitLab to comment about the project, feedback, and then I collect it all in GitLab. So I can't wait to start using that in the next couple of weeks. But then in this live stream, Lee said about a feature that I didn't even know existed. And it's exactly something I've been looking for. So my brain is like spinning now because I can't wait to give it a try. You mentioned about time tracking. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't know you had that. So people should be making content on the features and things that are useful for developers, because that's awesome, because I actually need that for my new project.
Awesome. I'll share a link with you. I may have mentioned this in the past, but I'm really passionate about I guess I would call it like service desk related features. So I built a kind of mini CRM in GitLab, and then we've got time tracking, we've got service desk. There's a whole bunch of features. Because I've spent years basically getting data out of other systems into GitLab to be able to remove legacy ticketing and support systems. So I love that. I'm glad you're excited about it too.
I'm so excited. Right. Okay. I can see Music Stories, as always, gets very excited. And wants to have another spin. So let's do it. Let's go. Okay, hopefully the person is here. Let's have another spin. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, we're blocking it. Let me move us to the side. Here we go. And there are people below. So there are a few people below. 28 people, 28 unique people. Is this person here? Hongit? I don't know if I pronounced that right. Let's see. Are they here? No one wants giveaways. Yeah, everyone wants it, but then no one turns up to collect. So we'll do one more after this. If they're not here, we'll give them 30 more seconds. And if they're not here, we'll do one more spin. Otherwise, we'll create a new issue and we'll get you all to comment. Sumava, I hope I pronounced your name okay. Yes, we'll be doing some coding and non-coding contributions to GitLab and show you how you can do that too shortly. We just wanted to do one giveaway first, and then we'll do the 2 giveaways later. So, Yukash, you're here and you want, but that's not your name. So, yes, we'll be doing more giveaways. Don't worry, stick around and we will have more giveaways. Right, I think that's 30 seconds. Let's do one more spin, and if not, we'll create a new issue. Okay, and then like I said, it's not just about the swags and the giveaways. It's about actually upskilling and contributing to open source. So let's go. Right, third time lucky. Hopefully this third person is here. Go, go, go. $100 for the GitLab swag store.
Guessing it's stopped down the bottom somewhere.
Sarah, we'll skip that one. Sarah and me don't count, so we'll skip that one. Then we spin it again.
Although, was she jealous of your hoard? Or
yes, she was. She's actually wearing my my GitLab hoodie right now. We share it.
Umbrella's come in helpful in the UK the last few weeks.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's have a look. Satyam says, I've contributed to GitLab in the past and it was a great experience. Awesome. Okay, let's spin again. I'm at the top, and hopefully it doesn't pick me this time either, because that would be quite funny. Congrats, Sarah. No, Sarah doesn't count. Don't tell Sarah. She's in the other room. Don't tell her. She's not going to get the swag. She wants it, but she's not going to get it. We'll let one of you get it. Robert Palmer.
Robert, congrats. Are you here?
If not, I'm going to create a new issue so we can see who's here and have one of you win. So let's see. Hey, Gagon Freak, how you doing? I missed quite a few highs in the chat. Sorry, everyone. But it doesn't look like Robert's here. So we will create a new issue, I think. Give him 10 more seconds to make it 30 overall. And that's just so unfortunate. Okay, everyone, just say hi in the chat. Make sure so I can see who's here. And so when we create the new issue for you all to comment in. Yes, no one's in the chat. Yeah, they're missing out, unfortunately. We'll create a new issue. Okay, say hi in the chat to see if you're still awake. Okay, let's create a new issue. Right. I will comment on this. Did 3 spins, but no one was in the live stream to collect. So closing this issue. Cry. There we go. Okay. New issue. So we can call this new issue, and then we can say give away 1. What should I say? Yeah, give away 1. Okay. I'm not going to put too much details in. I can fill it in later on. But if I create it and I'll share it in the chat, so you can all put in. Actually, I should say give a comment.
Yeah, my favorite is when we ask what people's favorite feature are.
Okay.
Perfect. Especially if there's some hidden, ones where you said as being a bit newer to the platform, Eddie, there's some hidden stuff that you didn't even know was there.
True. Okay, let's do that. I like that. Write a comment with your favorite GitLab feature.
So a nice one that we've added probably in the last 6 months to a year, I guess, that I'm really enjoying are comment templates. So this probably fits in with Service Desk in some respect as well, right? So the ability to store at user level, project level, or group level comment templates.
Nice.
So yeah, service desk, it would be a really good use case where you're getting similar issues come in and you just want a canned response that maybe with some placeholders. We use it heavily during the onboarding.
No, that makes sense. I love that idea of those canned responses because a lot of them are kind of repeated as in, please remove the lock file, please resolve conflicts, and you can have if you keep writing it, I find it just gets shorter and shorter and shorter. But if you've got a template that you can actually have some instructions and so forth, then Yuktash, update your comment and say what's your favorite GitLab feature. Second chance to win. You're not reading the description. You need to write your favorite GitLab feature to enter. I might learn about some new features that I want to use. So you can edit your comment. Hit edit and edit your comment. I want to know what features you like the most. So yeah, I'm super excited. So we will be doing another spin, and I will change in the code. I will change to issue number 13. So rather than 12. We'll change to 13 and save that. There we go. My favorite feature is the CI/CD. CI/CD. Ooh, I haven't tried the CI/CD. It's on my list of things to do in the next couple of weeks as well. I've got lots of things to do. Center integration. Favorite feature, CI/CD. Source code management. Nice.
Yeah, we'd be lost without that, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we'll give people a few minutes. For me, I should write mine. I'm going to write mine. So mine is, I haven't tried them yet. They are on my list to do very soon. Service desk and also time tracking.
Yes, and we've already got another time tracking there as well.
Oh, yes. Nice. Okay, cool. So we've got a few comments. Okay, we'll give a couple more minutes and then we'll run it. And we'll definitely have a winner, our first winner of today, and they will be here, which will be great.
Absolutely.
And then we'll get into some coding, and so you can all follow along and you can all start contributing to GitLab. And as we said, we've got 2 more giveaways on this live stream, but also by contributing, you can to the platform, you can get a mug or you get points for the store, or you can plant a tree. There's just so many things that you can do, which is awesome.
So while we're waiting just for a few more to stream in, we've got our next hackathon is coming up, starting on Monday, the 21st of October.
Awesome.
So we've deliberately kept it in October so that people can get double whammy there and sort of be participating in Hacktoberfest at the same time as the GitLab Hackathon.
Oh, nice.
So we run it for a whole week. So people that contribute or prefer to contribute, as part of their job, maybe during the day, Monday to Friday, can get involved, but it's also running at the weekend as well. So again, everyone can contribute. We stand by that. So dropped a link below and in the chat, and all the details are there that you can find out. So
I will share a link to it now. I think YouTube might have removed your if you shared it in the chat, YouTube removed links. So I've just shared it in the chat as well from the one you sent me. So perfect. Okay, let's go, right? I think we've got quite a few people. I don't know how many. The app will tell us. When I switch tabs now, I think it would have reloaded, but not with everybody, because it would have reloaded when I hit save on changing the issue number and the code. So just whatever you see on the screen in a moment, ignore it. I will refresh it. So if someone is green already, which I think there are, but there's only a few people on the list, please, that is not the winner. I will refresh it. So, okay, hit refresh. Let's go. Right. 16 unique people. Awesome. Who's going to win? Drum roll. Sorry, what was that, Lee?
It's going to be
If it's me. Hey, Kutesa, are you here? I know Kutesa was here early on. They must be here because they must have just commented on the issue. So Kutesa is super supportive of all my content. So,
thanks for
well deserved. Yes. So Kutesa, I will take a screenshot and I will put it in the issue. So I know I have terrible memory and I don't want to forget. So I will take a screenshot and I will drop it, not as a comment. I will just edit it here and go, congrats to, can I tag you? Because you commented maybe? Yeah, Kutesa.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'll drop the screenshot in as well. Congratulations, that is awesome. And like I said, thank you for all your support on my content as well. I appreciate it. There we go. Save changes. We have proof. Awesome. We've got 2 more giveaways, everyone. So don't worry. We have 2 more. Okay, Lee, would you like to share your screen? And we can get started with some contributions, some open source contributions.
I've made life easier since the last one. So I've split my screen down the middle. So I hope that I won't have the challenge that I had last time. So,
and I love it how everyone's congratulating Kutesa as well. So that's
fun. So really can cool. You see that all right, Eddie?
I think so. Let's add it to the display and let's go. You might have to make it zoom in a little bit.
Or yep, let me go in a bit. Let's do that. And I'll probably have to do this in VS Code as well in a minute. So this is the specific issue that's been raised. Again, we can share this. I'll drop this in if you want to reshare it today. So yeah, a great one for those that don't want to start contributing with code. So one of our technical writers has found a number of API pages in the documentation where the responses date back, wow, so 12 years. That's impressive, right?
Wow.
So yeah, so that's getting access requests for a project. So the idea is that the chances are that this API response has changed a little bit since, since it was created back then. Now the fun bit is me trying to do this without exposing any secrets. Let's see how well I can do. So I believe I have a magic, but we shall see. If
you might have to zoom in your ID as well.
Yes, thank you. Command and plus. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, a bit better.
Oh, yeah, better. Thanks.
Perfect. And we'll go for a secret reference. Hopefully, I might have to tweak it very slightly. So we want GitLab.com. Which group do we want access requests for? Let's go.
So this is going to be super interesting because I'm sure that documentation does get out of date, especially with responses and so forth. So this is a great way for people to check it and to contribute, and it adds so much value. I think people think I must write the next biggest feature, but actually this will help so many people straight away. So it's super beneficial.
Absolutely, and we are working on, I think it's called Open API, so like self-documenting.
Nice.
I haven't got that quite right. Where's somebody that you need right now?
No worries. While you're doing that, I will remind everyone we will have 2 more giveaways, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. I am super, super excited. And Lee has sent me the issue, I think, as well, the one he's looking at. So let me just share that in the chat as well. So you all can follow along as well on your screens if you wish. And you can maybe pick up some that you want to do as well.
Let's try. I know, because I'm inside of a terminal which is running on a remote server. That's
you know, it wouldn't. We're just proving that it's a live stream. Is having our first bug.
Drum roll. Beautiful. So we've got a response. I have no chance of being able to do that. So hopefully I can format. And what does it look like? So let's compare. So our documentation here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. I'll zoom this up a little bit for us
please.
as well. Although I thought I did earlier, but that was the issue, wasn't it? So we've got an ID, we've got a username, we've got a name, we've got a state. So we've got 2 new fields there, locked and avatar. Oh no, actually, you know what? We've got 3 new fields and 1 that seems to have disappeared.
Oh yes, true.
Interestingly enough. So this one is as simple as finding the source page. So all of our documentation has a link at the bottom to the source.
Good tip.
Now, we community contributors contribute from the GitLab community forks. You can create your own private personal fork, but CI/CD and various other bits can kind of get in the way. So using the community forks is far simpler. And we can use the web IDE, so we don't need to even clone the repo. We don't need to fun stuff. And if we're lucky, once this is initialized, I was going to sneeze on you there, Eddie. So no we will scroll down here. So we've got, I'll just start with that one. Nice and simple. So we've got username, ID, name, state, but then we've got these 3 fields. And we haven't got this created out anymore. So we'll pop that in there. Interesting indentation here, but I will just
do it manually. With it.
Yep. And I'm gonna a little bit because that should be that one. I'm not going to use my full response. I'll keep this one the same. And I guess the important thing is to update the requested app so that if somebody uses this same technique in the future, to identify older docs, that they won't sort of come across this one again.
Got you, I see. Good idea.
We will change that to that. Now, what about the avatar URL? Am I happy with that?
I love this. I mean, you're showing how, straightforward it is, how someone can add value, how they can stand out from the crowd and get real world experience, right? We can all level up. I was collaborating with someone recently, one of my clients, and they've built an amazing, massive platform. They're making really good money. And I just found it strange how they struggled with doing with Git and so on, collaborating with someone else that isn't in the team and hasn't got certain permissions. And there's so many ways you can do it. You can fork it, you can create patches, you can, but they want, they would rather send me a zip file. And that, to me, that just seems something I haven't done in decades. So this is great where people can get real world experience, because we're going to come across challenges. And the only way to come across this is to actually get real world experience. We can't keep just doing the same thing, and we need to do something different. So by doing this, it does seem straightforward, but you're going to come across Git challenges, fork challenges, and just bigger projects and automation that you mentioned as well. These are going to run. They're going to get some maybe an error, and they have to try and understand it and learn about it, or research about it. And it's the best way to learn on a real world project. So
absolutely. There's a couple of conventions that I just reminded myself of as I was going there. Now, I'm trying to battle with which one to go first. I think I'm gonna stick with the docs prefix here. It'll run a subtly different pipeline if it's only docs changes. So I'm going to do docs access request. So we're creating a new branch. Our commit message, I should have maybe put a changelog trailer on there. I guess this would kind of fit in as a maintenance-y kind of, because we're not really fixing a bug. We're not really adding a new feature. We're just kind of doing an update. So we've got an MR template that asks us what it does and why we've done it. So in here, I'm going to make sure I link back to the issue contributing to. We have these awesome little tags. So if I do that, it just shows a reference like this. But if I put plus on the end, so this is another, you can add this to your favorite feature. That will expand out and give the description.
Nice.
So it's quite nice. So we'll say updates the JSON response example for access request API. And we don't really need to, we could do a little screenshot, I guess. Sometimes if you're changing functionality or fixing a bug, then you do a kind of before and after. But in this instance, I don't think we really need to do anything much, but maybe just prove that our response does look like what we've described.
Sounds good. I think a screenshot always, as long as it's not, a screenshot of code, because you can see that in the diff. I think a screenshot always helps and adds value.
Yeah, and here's I suppose this is a bit counterintuitive because it looks like a screenshot of code, but
oh, true.
It's the response that we get from the API. So I think that's all good. We'll look to see. Okay, it still asynchronously builds a merge request. That'll take a few minutes to do that. And I'm trying to remember if I can use the bot or not. So we were talking about some of the challenges for community contributors earlier, Eddie, right? So I am logged in as a team member at the moment, so I can assign this merge request to someone for review. I can add labels, I can add milestones, I can do everything. But as a community contributor, you're slightly more limited. So we have our bot, and I'm not sure if the bot's going to listen to me because I'm a team member. So it will say, "Why are you trying to send me commands?" I can do things like I can label this as we're going to do maintenance.
Oh, nice.
And usability, and I wonder what group owns access.
That looks really good. You don't have to then click around and that's really good.
Group where I think it's this group here, and let's try with that first and see if he listens to me or not. I'm not sure.
Okay, and then while you're waiting, I have a question. So, Torsha in the chat has talked about the docs prefix. I don't know if you want to read that and agree, disagree, elaborate.
So I have got our chat open. I need to hop onto the YouTube one.
Oh yes, no worries.
Sure, I mute us.
Or I can bring it up on the screen. Or I can bring it up on the screen.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Sorry.
It's not meant for the pipeline in the main project. Oh, okay. Thanks very much. I guess the pipeline looks at the files that have changed. So you probably pronounce it far better than me, but hopefully he doesn't mind. Nicholas is Torsha 2003. Okay. He's one of our core team and one
awesome.
of our most prolific contributors. So thank you so much for joining us.
And thanks for that information as well. It's super useful.
Absolutely. It looks like it's added my labels, and hopefully if the diff has built now. So again, the bot might complain if I ask for a review. I think ready is a better command. If I ask for a review and I haven't, if it thinks I haven't committed any files, any changes, so we'll see if that works as well. Now, what I don't get, and I will just show you very quickly. Next time, I'll tell you what we'll do, Eddie. We'll use a new account rather than my team member account, so we can sort of emulate a little bit more the exact journey. So if I find a community contribution, I will see the bot that responds. And in fact, I'm sort of doing myself a disservice here because we do still have these bot commands, but more recently, we've actually used our new community contributor platform. So you've actually can click on a link now to sort of expedite and make it even easier, not have to communicate with that bot. You can just click a link. But it tells you, it reminds you of our offer for complimentary access to GitLab Duo Enterprise. And yeah, there you go. You can see that this person has used the bot via our contributor platform. But there we go. That's our first MR. We've picked up an issue, understood it, pinged the API, got the new docs, raised our MR, and passed it for a review. Just see who. Oh no. This is Nicholas, and is on the ball more than me. I was
Wow.
going to change it later. I was under pressure. All right.
Can we discuss a bit about the changes that's being requested so we can learn from it? So what is Nicholas saying?
Yeah, so essentially saying that if you remember rightly, I copied and pasted. So let me go back to the diff.
Yeah.
So I copied and pasted the avatar URL and the web URL from my response. Now I updated the web URL. The last bit I know is the username.
Okay.
So I updated that to kind of match, but I just left the avatar URL.
I see.
But what we've been told here is that actually the URL is pretty much all you need to do is replace this number here with the user's ID.
Okay, got you.
This one was listed as user ID 1, and this one was user ID 2. So essentially, and this is what's awesome. So, this is such a great example of, it's like I've passed it to Nicholas for a review. He's done a review and said, hey, there's 2 things that you can improve on this. So I'll go back to that. I'll say, you know what, you're spot on. So I'm going to add his suggestion.
Nice.
Add his suggestion, and I'm going to apply those 2 suggestions.
Perfect. That's also, it's a collaboration for you. Absolutely love that.
Exactly, and it's awesome to see that happening real time as well, right? So
yeah, so thank you so much, Nicholas. That was perfect.
Yeah, really appreciate that.
Lee's contribution, and Lee purposely made a mistake so we could see the review.
Testing you all to see who would pick it up first.
Exactly. So that's awesome. And I love that because, again, you didn't spend days on it. You didn't change 1,000 lines of the file, but the value that got added is massive because someone like me who consumes APIs, if the documentation isn't matching the API, then that's actually can take a lot of time to try and guess and figure it out. So yeah, it's so important to actually check that. So I think that's such a wonderful contribution.
And if someone is really into APIs and, I don't know what kind of engineer it would take, but I mentioned Open API before. Mm-hmm. So we are working on. So in here somewhere, if I can find access requests, see if this is a good or a bad example. Yeah, so we do have like a description, each of the parameters say what the data type is, and then the entities access request hopefully as well. User basic. The entities also have examples and data types. They have everything against them to be able to self-generate documentation. But we need a bit more engineering power and resource to work on this at the moment because we haven't got the whole API documented, and it's not quite, it just needs a little bit of polish, essentially.
A little bit of TLC, tender loving care.
Exactly. So yeah, if someone wants to help us with this, and you might be familiar with that, I think they maybe refer to this as Swagger.
Swagger, that's correct.
Yeah.
So
like I know our GraphQL API has this kind of self-documenting, and that'll make life even easier. But what's really nice about the docs, we still got it open here. This is a bit more like what tier is it available in, and sometimes it will give you a use case and a curl example, and yeah, so we've gone a bit above and beyond. So what we want to be able to do is get some of that into the Open API self-documenting stuff before we can even consider getting rid of the sort of legacy manual documentation.
Now that makes sense.
I think that's a nice start, right?
That's a great start, and we've got some great comments already. I've brought one up on the screen. Yukash saying the live tutorial was very informative and also quite amazing. So thank you for that amazing feedback. It really, really helps. So really appreciate it.
So I will, if you don't mind resharing that, all I would ask is, because there's only a few examples in this list on this issue, if you are picking one up, if you wouldn't mind dropping a comment in there, just so that others can see that you're going to work on one of those, so there isn't any. I suppose I should, what's the word I'm looking for, Eddie? I should lead by example.
Yes.
I've picked up the group access request. Yeah.
And Kutesa says, this is super interesting, learning new things today. Awesome. Learning new things, Kutesa, and winning swag. That means we should do another giveaway soon as well.
Absolutely. Awesome. I don't know if you want to back to you for Mo, Eddie. I think we're doing pretty well. I don't know if we want to create the next issue for people to start adding their names to, and then
Let's
we can
do it. Let me share my screen. Let's take still the screen share back. Let's go create an issue. So I will close that issue, but I'm not going to lock it because Lee will get in touch with you, Kutesa, for that. I might just edit it to say, it's got today's date, so it's fine. Right, next issue. We can actually, you know what? I should have just copied and pasted the title, and I can change 1 to 2. Copy and paste that. What question are we going to ask on this issue, Lee? Number 2.
Maybe I would be really interested to know who we've got here. So who's watching this? Are you a front-end developer, a back-end developer, a technical writer, or something completely different? So I'd love to know just a tiny little bit about everyone that's watching.
Who are you? Does that make sense? Examples. Front-end developer, back-end developer, full stack, DevOps. What was the other one? A writer.
Yeah, or something completely different.
Or something else. Please share. Perfect. So I create this issue. Let's go. I can share that in the chat as well. I love it how Sean was the first here and is still here now and still supporting others as well. Absolutely love that. And they say, I'm here for learnings more than the swags. Absolutely.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
Perfect. So that's we talk a bit more about GitLab as well. So I'm using every day, I'm using the GitLab Duo in my VS Code. Sometimes it's weird. I kind of forget about it, but it's helping me. And I don't realize how much it's helping me until I go on a plane when I have no internet. And I'm like, oh my God, where's this? My VS Code is not working. And it is working. It's just I haven't got internet. So I don't realize how much I use it until I use it. And then, my new project I started 2 weeks ago. It's on GitLab. And I'm exploring it. So I started pinning things up on the left as well. And I thought, oh, that's a nice feature. See, it's not just about like the CI. It's not just about, big, massive features. There's also like smaller features that I find like super, super useful. And Sarah and me, we have like every week, a couple of hours to try and use a bit more of it and how it can help us. So
awesome.
So that's because otherwise you just kind of get in that kind of hamster wheel and you just kind of using what you know, which is very, very limited for us. So we try and make an effort. We've only been doing it for 2 weeks, like I said, but each week on a Sunday, we take 2 hours out and we go, right, how can we use these features, which we haven't looked at before? Let's look at them and how can they help us manage our project better? So yeah, it's super.
I really love that. We even did that as a team at GitLab. So the contributor success team, we decided to do like once a week an hour session where we'll take it in turns in just talking about a part of GitLab, because it's just huge. there's so much there.
It's massive.
There's none of us know it all, right? So we're all constantly learning.
No, that's true. Absolutely. And also it's learning about the features, but then also to be made aware of them, but also like when you use them, they're also massive. I mean, look at CI/CD on the pipelines on GitLab. I mean, it's great to be aware of it, but then to use it, you can just do so much with it. You can keep doing more and more and more, which is which is absolutely awesome. So I can't wait to explore those as well. Everyone who's watching, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. It really helps support us, and hopefully we can, fingers crossed, we can do more of these as well. Okay. Right, we'll give you a couple more minutes. Lee, anything else you would like to share before we do the giveaway?
Why don't we? I'll see if I can show you quickly the error that we're gonna what we're gonna tackle next. So I just kind of
like a teaser.
Just show you what we're gonna have a look at. And again, this is under pressure, right?
Sounds good. Well, do you want to bring your screen up? I'll pop it back up, and I'll give people a couple of more minutes to write their name in the issue. Okay,
so
over to Lee.
Absolutely no guarantee we'll figure this out. I might get lost. You never know, but we'll try our best. So this is the global time tracking report. I believe it might be behind a feature flag at the moment. Maybe we'll even check the docs. So I've been collaborating with a couple of community contributors primarily on this. Eddie, I mentioned to you that like service desk and time tracking is like one of my favorite features, and part of the big project I worked on before I joined GitLab to get an organization off of that previous help desk service desk system onto GitLab. Time tracking was like an absolute must have. So I built many moons ago a time tracking report at an issue or merge request level, so you can see the time that's been spent on an individual issue or merge request.
Amazing.
But more recently, collaborating with the community, we've built this kind of global time tracking report, so you can have an overview on the whole of GitLab essentially. So
I absolutely love that, because I'm moving my SaaS products to GitLab, and the new ones I'm going to create are going to be on there, and I want to see like how much time I spend on different projects, and also I want to do some videos and live streams of like, can I create a SaaS product and make money within 24 hours or 48 hours or something using AI tools like GitLab Duo and a couple of others. But it's hard for me to like always keep track of time like in my mind. Like, I felt like it took me 3 days. But if I can track it, then not only have I got like the income on Stripe, but I've also got the time and effort spent, so you can kind of work out an hourly rate. And I really think that would be really useful for other people to see not only how to use these features, but how best to spend their time on the projects they think. Because I've had projects that I've spent months on it, and I think a lot of that time was wasted, but I didn't realize till much later on. So I guess want to share my journey as accurately as possible with the community, so hopefully they can learn from it and then learn from my mistakes.
So one thing that might be interesting for the use case you described there is there's, again, something that's, I believe, behind a feature flag, because we've implemented kind of half of it so far, which is time log categories. So at the moment, when you add a note and you log some time against that note, then it will attach those two things, and you can see that breakdown. But there's no simple way of kind of saying, I spent this much time on project management, this much time on coding, this much time on marketing, etc. So time log categories will allow you to create custom sort of groupings to separate those time logs. So
that's amazing, because you're right. There is the content creation side of the projects, and like you said, the admin side and other stuff that isn't. So it's
amazing what goes into these things. I'm just going to refresh this to demonstrate the error we're getting there, and I hope that if I look in here, I can see exactly what's happening. So essentially, because I'm not an admin, I haven't got permission to run this kind of this entire instance-wide report. What I can do is run a report just for me, and unsurprisingly, I don't know. I can do that. So I can run a report just for me, and we're adding some new filters. There's a merge request open. I'll share later. Marco from the community, again from our core team, is adding the ability to filter this by project and group. So you can do that, but you can't do an instance wide. So really what we want to do is, a nice easy fix for this would be when you launch it, not to try and run that report straight away to let you add a filter first.
Makes sense.
But what I really want to do is just try and surface that message in here rather than just this generic one. So that's the teaser. Back to you if you want, Eddie, and
yes,
we can see how many people we've got.
Let me steal it back. And Kutesa asks, the GitLab Hackathon, are there requirements for how many issues we should contribute?
No,
Sean says
really.
no. But I just wanted to clarify with you.
Yeah, the idea is, I mean, there is a leaderboard, and like if you want to go mad, then you try and get the top of that leaderboard. There's kind of like a first place, second place, and then everyone else gets a participation, which is still, I wish I could remember now, but I think it's enough for like a t-shirt or something. It's still pretty cool. So like really it's entirely up to you. What I would always suggest is just start nice and simple. If you're a new contributor, quick win, maybe a documentation, maybe fixing something. Our handbook's open source. I think we talked about that last time we streamed, Eddie. So
which is awesome.
Like the GitLab Bible, I'm going to call it, like everything that we do, how we do it, all of our processes, everything's in there. And that's open source. So, you know, you contribute there. Sometimes people find broken links and fix those. But then, you know, you like me, because I started by joining the hackathon as a community contributor probably 5 or 6 years ago and got absolutely hooked on it. And just, kept looking for different ways. Started nice and easy, ended up learning Ruby, learning Vue.js, and here I am. So hopefully you'll all have a positive experience like me.
No, I'm sure they will. I think, you know, it's such a welcoming and active and supportive project that I think they definitely will. Okay, so I have updated the issue number in the code. So it should be issue number 14 now. So I have saved that. Like I said, when I switch over to this tab, it will probably have someone highlighted already. Ignore that. We will refresh it to make sure it's got everybody. And we will see, and then we'll get on to some other questions we have in the chat. Like I said, ignore that. Let me hit refresh. Here we go. Okay, it's going. Drum roll. Who else? Who's going to win? Let's do it. Yay! Olivia, hope I pronounced that right. Are you here? Let's check you're here. We'll give you 30 seconds to write. If not, we'll grab someone else. But hopefully you are here. You were chatting like 10 minutes ago, so hopefully you're still here. Congratulations. You're super supportive of my content as well on Twitter and YouTube. So I hope you're here to collect your winnings. Yes, you're here. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot, and then I will tag you in the issue as well. So that's perfect. Don't worry, everyone. We have still got one more to do, and we will do that towards the end. Okay. Oops, 3. Congrats. Here we go. Perfect. And I will drop the screenshot in as well. Proof. That's what we need to see. and Lee will be in touch on the issue, absolutely, I think, as well, with more details. Okay. Perfect. That's awesome. And lots of people congratulating you, which is super cool. I love it when people support each other. Awesome. Someone asked me on Twitter, you know, are we going to do it transparently to show that it's a fair giveaway? And I'm like, yes, you know, the code we wrote is open source. It was done on the video. And we're going to show you the screen of actually, like, you know, who's winning. And so
and if you joined us last time, you would have seen it being buggy.
Yes, the cache.
Yeah. So, and that's definitely wouldn't have happened if it was rigged, right?
Exactly. Someone's saying, why was I last? It just picks people at random, puts you in a random order, and picks someone at random. Don't worry. It's all fair. You can go check out the code if you want. We do have a question, though. Does GitLab offer open source programs for contributors, or does it participate in other programs?
Yeah, so we've got now, again, putting me under pressure here. We've got GitLab for education. So
Nice.
I believe like schools, universities, etc., get free ultimate licenses. We've got GitLab for open source. So again, open source projects get free ultimate licenses. And there's one more, I believe it's GitLab for startups.
Okay.
But again, Google that, and you'll get all the information you need to apply.
Awesome. Thanks, Lee. Okay, I'll put the screen back to yours. Let's get back to coding and contributing to open source, which is the main goal of this live stream. But we've got one more giveaway. I think we've got one more. Yes, we've got one more. Don't worry.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So I'm going to have a look. Yes, we did amazing. So this is another thing that I really, our technical writing team are amazing, and we get a lot of praise for this, and I love our documentation. So I was talking about this bug a minute ago. It's the global time tracking report. I wouldn't have been that upset if it wasn't documented, because I know it's a new sort of feature which is behind a feature flag. So because it's not out there for everyone at the moment, I thought it might not be documented, but awesome to see that it is documented. It says
Cool.
that it's an experiment, and it tells you that it's behind a feature flag, global time tracking report. So when
I have a question, Lee, if that's okay. So
please do.
If it's behind a feature flag and someone wants access to it, is there something that they can do to get access, or they have to?
So if it's if you've got a self-managed GitLab instance, then if you're the admin, you can do it yourself. Otherwise, you can ask your admin. If you're on GitLab.com, you're welcome to ask. It depends what the feature is. Some of them we will probably be more guarded on than others. The couple that I'm sort of more responsible for, if that makes sense. So GitLab Achievements is something that my team have built. The global time tracking report is something I've collaborated on with.
So
then
cool.
I'll be more than happy to enable that for anyone. So yeah, please reach out. There's issues linked somewhere. So here it says introduced, and there's a link to an issue. So you can just post a comment in that issue, and we'll enable it for you. So it tells us the feature flag there. So I tried to access this report, and computer says no, and that's because I don't have the feature flag enabled.
Okay.
So I'm coming in. I'm looking for the global. It's making me. There we go. Just a bit slow, so we'll turn that feature flag on.
No worries. Everyone, while you're waiting, give the video a thumbs up. It really helps support.
Perfect. And yeah, so that's part of my process. The very first thing we want to be able to do is recreate that issue, right? There's no way that we can troubleshoot. We can try and fix it without first recreating it. So I've managed to do that. I've got the same error that we got on production. I will zoom in on here the same as I did on the other window. Please let me know if that's a problem with any of the other ones. So we've got that error. So what I cheated just a tiny bit, because I know where that is. But what I would essentially do is search for something like a string. So searching for this, I know I would find a lot of results. So I would do a quick rep for time tracking report. These are our translation files, but hopefully here we will find. It says here. Where am I? I'm sure it must be here. Probably not. Work item time tracker. Maybe it has, maybe there's another, maybe that's linked to this. But here's our error anyway. Something went wrong. Time tracking report. So my approach is often to try and get a debugger, get some console logging in, something like that, to be able to see what's going wrong. So do a quick search for that message. And I'm going to try and attach my debugger there. I think I can just click on here to recreate it. Under pressure. Yeah, there we go. We've hit that, and we'll see what the error. Yeah, it looks like I've pretty much got exactly what I need. My error there, non-admin users must provide So what I don't know, so I'm going to try maybe throw in an exception later on just in case I don't have such a clean message. But it looks like my error is exactly what I need. So I'm going to try and simply, instead of having that message, I'm going to try just putting the error in there.
Is it already a string?
Question actually. Oh, I've clicked away from that, so
I didn't see before, so I didn't know if it was an object or a string.
We will probably find out.
We will find out. Let's try it.
Absolutely, yeah. What better way to? So I think it looks like you're right, because that hasn't quite. So here's our place. So let me put another breakpoint. Try that again. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it might have been an object with. Yeah, sorry, absolutely. Yeah, so error.message. I think we want.
Yeah, again, it shows that it's live. It shows that we all make mistakes, so it's good.
Absolutely. So let's get rid of that breakpoint. There we go. So again, not sure I really want that prefix. So we'll see. Easy way to. I'm not going to fuss. I'm not going to stress too much. But if there's a nice, easy way of doing it, yeah, that's interesting actually, because error.message here doesn't have that GraphQL prefix. Where's it coming from, eh? I wonder. I'm going to just do a little console.log as well. I'm not going to worry too much, but what I am going to try and do in a minute, and Eddie, you might know, but I'm sure there's a clever way in JavaScript of writing this and a nicer syntax.
So you got me thinking now. I don't think so. Is there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. So let's just try. And something I noticed, a new GitLab workflow, the VS Code extension was dropped on Friday, I believe. And you'll hopefully like this, Eddie.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
We now have quick chat, so I can say.
Oh, nice.
In line, I don't even have to open that side.
That's amazing.
Question, I'll give an instruction line. Thought I could do that, but maybe I can't. Simply. So maybe I'll go back to my old.
I'm going to Google it now. You got me thinking. What does everyone else think? Is there a way to write that shorter? I can think of.
Lost my chain. Yeah,
one way, but I don't know if it's correct.
I want to say something.
You'd have to extract it out, but then how would you call it message? I'm not sure.
Well, because it's already error.message, so I think because the name's the same, I can do something. But
learning from all the errors and fixes. Thanks, Kutesa. Yeah, this is real life debugging on a real world project. So thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Yeah, Vue is another JavaScript library as well. So Vue is like React. Is another alternative. Obviously, some things are the same, some things are different. How does it done it? I'm trying to see.
Why is it, if the create alert function is, if it accepts a string, you can do it like that. No, never mind. No. I thought there was something that I could do, like where it's so long since I've done.
I'm trying to see where you're going with this, because I don't think there is a way.
Be like that equals error or something.
But that makes it longer, though. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh,
I just can't quite remember the syntax.
You are very close, but you can only do that, I think, when you're creating like a new variable. So I don't know if you could return it straight in. Yeah. So if you did above it, if you did const message equals and did what you did, then yes.
Sorry. Is it destructuring?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Destructuring. I'm terrible with the naming. I always forget.
So I'm just seeing whether it does accept a string.
It might have an overload method where it might, if it's a string, it might do one thing.
But again, I'm absolutely fine with that. That's just you just kind of wanted to go through this kind of process of, okay, find the file, find the line, find it in here, attach a debugger, and
yeah, the debugger is really nice.
Pretty happy with that. So taking you through the MR process once already. So we won't do that. I can spin up an MR for that. That's one step in the right direction. The other thing I suggested was
yes, everyone who's DMing me, there is one more giveaway to do. Don't worry, we'll do it at the end.
Have we created the issue for that? I wonder if you want to create the issue to get as many possible people.
We could do, but I'm worried that some people might not stay on and then end up leaving.
Fair enough.
So
yeah,
we
don't want a repeat of the
live stream challenges.
So,
yeah, exactly.
So there's not a mount function that's executing that. I think we call this now I'm putting under pressure again, a smart query that automatically executes at the beginning. So I think we'll have to put a skip or something in there that basically says when the view app's initialized, not to run that command. But I'll do that in a follow-up. First of all, I like just extending that to show that message. I'm just like a little bit baffled why I get this prefix. But when we're viewing it in the debugger. Oh wow, that's is that a more complex way of writing it rather than a simpler way? That
I think so. I'm trying to read it. It looks like it's TypeScript because it's got the type, I think. But yeah, it's definitely a lot longer. I think old school might win here. Is it paused on it looks like it's paused on the debugger, right?
I don't think it is. It's more waiting for the back end.
Paused. Yeah, paused in debugger. It says at the top.
Now it has.
Okay.
Just hit it, but I was just waiting for this. So
got you.
Console.log. So yeah, so it's saying error.message. That's really weird, right? So error is that error.message is that. So why when I that's
undefined. Oh no, it's undefined.
Yes. No, it did respond there. But...
Sorry, it was a bit small for me. I'm going to make it a bit bigger on my screen.
Oh, hang on a minute. No, did you see what it did there?
No, I missed it. I was resizing my screen. Sorry, what did I miss?
So let's just run it again. It actually it put that in there.
Okay.
And then a second later, it added the prefix.
Really? Oh yes.
There you go.
That's interesting.
Right. Okay, we've hit the breakpoint again. Look, it's actually hitting it twice, interestingly enough. Once with the prefix and once without the prefix. So I'll have to look into that in more detail, but at least I know now and I understand where the prefix is coming from. But yeah, awesome.
Well, that's so interesting, and I'm glad you showed that it doesn't always work first time, and you do need to debug it. And sometimes it's something very simple, and it's just kind of, well, I say simple, but trying to figure out what it is. Like you said, it's hitting it twice. It's initially without it, and it's getting prepended on. So it's super interesting, and you'll have to debug it. And sometimes it's easier to debug when you haven't got cameras, lights, and actions, and 50 people watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Very conscious of time. And I know I said there's a couple of things I'd love to get in. So we did the non-code at the beginning, looking at the API, digging in some front-end code here, a little bug. And I don't know if we want to move on to... so a reminder for anyone that's joined, Hackathon kicks off on the 21st of October.
I'll share a link again.
Awesome, thank you very much. And we're one of the sponsors for Hacktoberfest. So
yes,
contributions as of today, as of a couple of days ago, will count towards that. And if you are contributing, please join our community forks. We'll create an onboarding issue for you. We're available to help out. And we are offering complimentary Duo Enterprise licenses. So you can get access to code suggestions, chat, and what did we call it? Vulnerability resolution, root cause analysis.
There's just so many things it does. It's awesome. There's so many things it does. So that's great.
So that's so that's code, and then I've got another sort of non-code one that I was going to talk about in a minute. But Eddie, are there any questions or any other things that we need to jump onto? Are we still all right for time?
We're still all right. We're still okay for time. I'm just going to share another link. I've shared the hackathon link. I've shared the getting started issue, the non-code one you shared at the beginning. As a getting started to your contributors platform as well. I've just shared as well. So there we go. So everyone get started. Trust me, it's just like so many benefits. Like, you see people saying, sharing pictures and going, thanks JavaScript, thanks this. Mine is thanks open source. Like, because I've met so many people, I've learned so much. It's been amazing, and I want all of this for you. And it's like going to the gym. There's no cheat. There is just putting it in.
The learnings like from so many different angles. So my previous company, when I started contributing to GitLab, I kept learning things that I took back to work. You know, like, I can do this thing a much easier way. I think I got rid of so we're talking about our favorite parts of GitLab earlier, right? So the different registries, or I think that's what we call them, like the package registry, the container registry. I was using it for NuGet packages, and Maven packages. So I got rid of Nexus. I got rid of some weird IIS NuGet solution. There were so many systems that managed to consolidate into one. I mean that's definitely they say like the single DevOps platform. So it's so
having it all in one place, which is why I love the time tracking, and I love the service desk. And you've even got other things that are on my list, but I'm not going to mention them yet. I'll save them for next time because I haven't looked at them enough yet. So that's cool. And Emily, to answer your question. Yes, you can contribute to GitLab before the hackathon, because Hacktoberfest is running, and even before and after Hacktoberfest, you still can contribute. I did share the link just below your message, which is how to get started with contributing to GitLab using their contributors platform, and it's a great way to get some more swag as well. They have other giveaways and rewards and stuff like that. So that is awesome. So Lee, we've almost been going for an hour and a half. I'm still okay to continue. So I think, just everyone watching, I think we do the next item you want to show, and then we do the giveaway after that. And then we say thank you to everyone and wish them a good weekend.
Perfect. I think. Sounds great. Absolutely. So what I'm going to try very quickly, I mentioned, and I think I saw Jim is watching, so please say hello if you are. So Jim's been helping out by, I don't know if you call it triaging or curating, or like I mentioned, called it housekeeping earlier, but basically looking at some of our old issues and validating them, essentially saying, is this still an issue? Is it something that Jim can contribute to, someone else? Is it straightforward? What's the crack? So I'm going to pick up one or two that he's had a look at and said, it looks like this is fixed, or, this was a specific issue 5 years ago. And we really want to start rewarding and recognizing more of this, like, non-code contributions. So you don't have to be a developer to contribute.
So I love that. I absolutely love that. Sorry, just to interrupt, just say yes. People can create content, videos, blogs, tweets, etc., but also project management like this, making the maintainers aware. This just adds so much value. I love it when people do it to my projects, and it's just so important. So sorry, Lee, carry on. But yeah, awesome work, Jim. I love it.
No, Absolutely. So it's 5-year-old issue. So immediately, I think it's quite possible that this is no longer relevant or whatever it might be. And it's fairly vague. Some pipeline stages run, although other stages say there is no pipeline available. So there's a bit of discussion on here. Same behavior. The new runner was not configured to run. So now they did mention something about a related ticket having been resolved. The associated ticket, but I didn't see an associated ticket to be on it. Ah, here we go. It sounds like reported behavior here. And that one was closed. I don't know if there's a note to say. Doesn't specifically say, but I'm going to say because it's that old, I'm going to go with it. We'll ping John just in case, but it's very unlikely that this one's still active. So we'll say, I suspect that's the case. It's still relevant. What I have been doing is signing in, Jim, and closing them so that we can, once we get a little bit further with our contributor platform, so we can better recognize, because at the moment we don't have any great way of kind of linking and saying that, you know, Jim was responsible for closing all these like out of date, irrelevant issues. And when we've got a backlog of 86,000 tickets, you know, every one that we can close is like really
definitely.
So I'm just going to pick one more if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead. I love this. I think it's so relevant, and people are still joining now and asking how they can get involved. This is great examples. If you've missed the beginning, this will be up on my YouTube channel. I think YouTube takes about 24 hours to render it, so it will be up on my YouTube channel once YouTube has rendered it, and you can rewatch the beginning because we've got non-coding, coding, and this is also another non-coding example of how to get involved.
Awesome. So again, well, this one's a subtly different just because there's been a bit of back and forth and saying we need a bit more information like to know if this is still valid. But that was 5 years ago, you know? So if I can spell. And we'll say sign and close. What we also really want to do with this new contributor platform as we evolve it is I keep referring to it as a wizard, but at the moment we have our onboarding issues. So I'll just show you one of these real quick. It looks like some people might have even started their onboarding during the stream. So
nice.
Who's done that?
That's
so
awesome.
You know, yeah, this is about requesting access to the forks, joining Discord, requesting access to Duo Pro or Enterprise, as the case may be now, and so on and so forth. So where was I going with this? Yes, so we link to some quick win issues, but what I really want to do is start to from our contributor platform, which I've got here. This is static at the moment, which is great. Okay. Gives you a couple of places to get started and to connect with us. But I really want this to, once you've started onboarding, to not show you this anymore. Once you've joined the Discord, show this anymore. And once if you want to start contributing, to say, hey, can you give me an issue? And it will ask you, are you a front end? Are you back end? Are you a technical writer? Or maybe you're not even a developer. Maybe you want to help us in another way. And then it would say, hey, can you speak another language? Do you want to help us with translations?
Amazing.
Do you want to help us update our documentation? Do you want to help us close old issues? And it can actually surface some of this stuff. So that's my dream for some of the work that I'm going to be doing over the next sort of, I don't know, 6 to 12 months maybe with this platform.
I think that sounds great. And what have you written? Is this in Vue as well?
Yeah, so I felt that it was best to be able to get the GitLab team and community involved in this project by using Browse on the back end and Vue on the front end. Source link on all the pages on the bottom.
Nice.
So please, everyone, check out the repo, look at the issues, help me create some issues, look at the MRs, and I'd love to collaborate with you all on this platform.
No, that sounds perfect. I love that. I love this wizard, like you said, and you can make it more interactive as you go along, and people can help with that. I think that's just super cool.
Well, if we see someone's, merged 5 front-end merge requests, right, and maybe they're all in the same, maybe they're all service desk, then we can start to say, hey, would you like another service desk issue to work on? Like, I just love that kind of, we've got this information, right? This you single sign-on or whatever you want to refer to it, log on with your GitLab account. So we know your GitLab user. We can see what projects you've contributed to, what labels are on issues, merge requests. So we've got the breakdown here for the last 3 months of our community contributors. One that you might recognize there,
yes,
from the stream.
For sure.
So again, we've got some core team members up here, which is awesome to see. Ben's core team member, Patrick's core team member, Nicholas' core team member. So that's awesome. And then, it breaks down all of that kind of interactions.
Awesome.
Open notes so valid to other people's merge requests and issues, merge requests they've merged, and we're just starting to pull data out of Discord and the forum. And
wow,
super excited about this.
That's super cool. Love that. Okay, that looks really cool. I can't wait to see people contribute and see what they do to it. Maybe with some graphs and some other stuff that will just be epic. I've got loads of ideas are coming to mind now. Shall we do
people that are maybe more UX, there's some product designers, etc. Like what are we using here? Bootstrap. Like I think you talked about this earlier. I'll have to get Duo to give me a bit more of a helping hand with the look and feel. But yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Let's do the last giveaway. Who's ready for the last giveaway? Right, ready in the chat, because maybe you're too busy contributing and you don't want a giveaway anymore. I understand if that's the case. Let's see. And while you're doing that, I will potentially. Okay, we've got a few people ready. That's awesome. Right. Let me bring my screen up. Okay, so I will close this. Close. Okay, and then I'll grab that title. What's the question we're going to ask on this issue, Lee?
Oh, that's a good question.
3. Comment below with to enter the giveaway. Let me think. We could ask them about Hacktoberfest. We can ask them about their favorite GitLab project. We've done that before. That was quite interesting.
Yeah, I think maybe even how they, assuming that everyone here is sort of part of the open source ecosystem or community, I always, again, love to know a little bit about how everyone got into open source. Okay. Again, mine is GitLab through and through. I was so naive, if that's the right term, when I started using GitLab many moons ago, and was sort of hacking an on-premise installation to do some stuff that I wanted it to do. And then somebody said, you do realize it's open source, right? And I was like, yeah, it's great, it's free. And it's like, no, that's not what open source means. Okay, educate me. So, that's awesome. So I can actually, I don't have to hack and monkey patch it. I can actually contribute this stuff upstream and learn insane amounts from insanely talented people at the same time.
Exactly.
So it's game changer.
I love that. And I see Torsha says, oh, well, since when a Discord message is part of that? Totally missed it.
Since midnight last night.
Wow, super recent. But I love it how open source just moves so fast. And that's communication and collaboration with the community, right? So that's amazing.
And like, again, keep me honest, keep me transparent, whatever you want to call it. I'm really open to feedback. We're not trying to pull messages in at the moment because it seems a little bit redundant. And if there is some, let's say, controversial messages, etc., I'd rather not sort of present them in our platform. But those numbers and being able to start to better understand what are the, somebody responding, somebody solving a problem that we can start to, as I say, recognize and reward.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. Like you say, you don't want to bring out like any details, but it's good to recognize the interactions. Okay, I'm liking these comments. So just to Hacktoberfest link-free project. That was mine. Hacktoberfest, GitHub all-in-one program, open source because of Eddie. Yes, my tutorial. Love that. What else have we got? Wanted to collaborate with others. Typo 3 CMS, Cloud Native, repo in the Eddie Hub from Kunal, Patroni documentation. I don't know what that is. I got into open source Eddie Hub community. That's cool. Hacktoberfest, fixing us spelling and documentation. Perfect. I love that. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Got loads of emails going bing, bing, bing. People writing. Love it. No, it's awesome. It's good sound to hear. I'll give them a few more minutes.
It's very hard to, so you can change your notification settings on GitLab.
Okay.
So you can either always get notifications if you're subscribed to an issue, or you can, there's a number of different settings, but a lot of people do it only if they're mentioned. And I've been so tempted to do that, but I have fear of missing out. I worry that I might miss something if I don't. So yeah, I'm like you and do get too many notifications.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay. So I think, when did we create this? How long has it been? Just now, but if I refresh it, it might give me a more accurate. Yeah, 3 minutes ago. So we'll give it another minute. And we will run the last giveaway, an hour and a half. Lee's been powering through, so thank you so much, Lee, for powering through.
Shared with you my epic feast that I treated myself to beforehand to keep it going.
That looked awesome. That looked really good. Big barbecue. Love that. Perfect. Okay, so right, now's time. Let's do it, I think. Like I said, when I switch this tab, ignore what you see. I will hit refresh. Okay, refresh. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Let's go. Who's going to win this one? Aktush. Hope I pronounced that right. Congratulations. Well done. Okay, let me grab a screenshot of that and tag you in the issue as well. Well done. Congrats. I got the right. If I pronounced that's not that right, yes, that is correct. Oh, I don't put it into comment, do I? I'm putting it in the description, so it's right at the top. Let's be consistent. Here we go. So congratulations, well done. I'll drop the screenshot in as well. That's great work. Thank you for being here the whole time and supporting. Really appreciate it. Save changes. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. And I will close that as well. Lee will be in touch. He has your, to all the winners, Lee has your GitLab username. So we'll be in touch with you to sort that out. So absolutely amazing. And I can see people saying congratulations. That's awesome. And there's a thank yous. Congratulations to each other. Absolutely love that. Super cool. Congrats. Love how everyone's supporting each other. And thank you, Rudvik, for saying we both were amazing. Lee was amazing. I was okay. I was here to support. Lee did great work. So
not at all. Couldn't do it without you. Thanks, Eddie.
So it's always great to geek out with you, Lee. So thank you so much. Everyone, remember, it is the month of Hacktoberfest. That means contribute to open source, add value where you can, not just with code. We've also got, don't forget, the onboarding contributors platform for GitLab, a great way to upskill and collaborate with other people. I think it's super, super important. And a big shout out.
Who doesn't want to take Duo Enterprise for a spin and test AI, right?
Exactly. I use it every day, so highly recommend. And a big shout out to GitLab for sponsoring this live stream, sponsoring Hacktoberfest, and having a great team of people helping all of you get into open source to not just win swag, but to upskill, collaborate, and network, and so forth. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Thank you everyone for joining. We really appreciate the support. People saying nice session. Any closing notes you'd like to say, Lee? And everyone, don't forget to check out links in the description below as well.
I think you did a great job there, Eddie. To be honest, you covered so everyone can contribute. We've got our onboarding issues. The contributor platform is a great place to start. I wonder if anyone, am I pointing the right way there? Anyone noticed my QR code earlier on as well?
Oh, nice idea. I like that.
So yeah, contributor platform is a great place to start because that links you to our Discord. It links you to the
I'll share it again in the chat as well.
The onboarding process. Hacktoberfest around the corner. Please do reach out to us for GitLab Duo Enterprise license, and yeah, we can't wait to see you and help you get started.
And geek out with you all. That would be awesome. So yes, I shared the link in the chat again to the contributors platform. So do join the Discord, get involved, get collaborating. Thank you all so much for the amazing feedback. Congrats to the 3 winners that we had. I love it. Thank you. Had fun. Learned a lot today. Awesome. And I'm going to go and play more with GitLab after this live stream because I'm just super excited. Time tracker, can't wait to go tell Sarah because we were just saying, we could use this platform, but then data's over there, and register over here, and all in one place. So I don't usually do time tracking for my work, but to help me create better content for people, and for me to be more efficient with my time, I do want to track a bit more about which projects I'm spending my time on and so forth. So yeah, super excited. Lee, again, thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Make sure you touch some grass and get a break. And Lee, I'll bring up the holding page for a minute, and then I'll just like to thank you personally afterwards if you can hang around for another minute.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Thanks, Eddie.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.